everyone, this is Heather Picken and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to reprogram your subconscious mind for success. And do me a favor, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Comment below. I always like to read the comments to learn if this video or any of my videos are helpful. And lastly, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It does something to the algorithm so that more people will find out about this channel. Okay, so let's dive into today's topic. Let's talk about, how do you reprogram your subconscious mind for success? So let's first talk about the subconscious mind and why it's so important for you to really understand how to navigate around your subconscious mind. Like if you say you want to do something, you're not doing it. Well, first off, what's interesting is that 95% of your beliefs, your habits, and behaviors come from your subconscious mind. So if you say that you want to do something, but you find you're not taking action, it's not like there's something wrong with you. What is happening is that your brain is running on a program. So 95 is that subconscious, and then 5% is conscious. So that is important because a lot of times if you've ever tried to force yourself to do things and it's not working out, it's because you don't know how to reprogram your subconscious mind. Now, if you're like a high achiever like myself, who is always pushing yourself and that you do get stuck, this video will absolutely help you to kind of understand what's going on there, kind of rattling around in your brain so that you can change and tweak it and get the results that you want. Another thing to point out about the subconscious mind is that it thinks in images. So to prove this, I want you to close your eyes right now. Okay. I want you to do it. Hopefully you're not driving. Actually, do not drive. If you're driving right now, listening to this, pull over to the side of the road because I want you to close your eyes. Okay. Got them closed. Now I want you to not think of a chihuahua. Not think of a chihuahua. Okay. Now open your eyes. So did it work? This is Frankie Lee, by the way. Frankie Lee. Okay, I know that's a silly little example. And if you watch this channel, I'm a little bit silly. I'm a little bit goofy. I believe in being serious, but come on, let's have fun. I've actually had some crazy dreams about other YouTube channels that I'd want to do, but we're not going to go into that today. So we're talking about the subconscious mind. Can you see that when you are telling yourself not to think of failure, not to think of doom and gloom, you're actually programming that into your subconscious mind? Now, it is through the repetition over and over again that you can actually change your subconscious program. Now, either it's going to work in your favor or it isn't. Now, interestingly enough, I had started to use this concept of reprogramming my subconscious mind. I've talked about this in other videos when I was competing in bodybuilding and fitness and figure competitions, specifically in fitness competitions where I had to do gymnastics. I had to choreograph my routine. And so I went through this repetition in my mind, this actual mental rehearsal where I would perform my routine first. And they've actually done studies where, when you're mentally rehearsing something, your brain is actually activating as if it were doing the activity in the physical form. What I want you to realize is that your subconscious mind is so freaking powerful. And I also want you to think about that your subconscious mind, those images that you're imprinting, create perception. So your perception creates your reality. So if you want to change a different reality, a different outcome, you want to close the deal that you're working on, you want to land that job, you want to create your ideal body, you absolutely must change your perception. So if you have a perception that something is going to be hard, what's going to happen is you're going to wire and fire that in your brain. So it really becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The next thing I want to talk about, we talked about the subconscious mind, how powerful it is. Let's talk about the problem. A lot of times clients will come to me, and I work with leaders, entrepreneurs, executives, people that consider themselves high achievers or high performance people, and there's something that's blocking them. So first we want to identify the problem. What is stopping you from, it's typically like taking action. So what's stopping you from launching a program or saying something to your boss or your coworker or in your relationship? You want to pinpoint the problem where you say that you're going to do something, but you find yourself not doing it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. There's just something that is keeping you stuck through your subconscious mind. So what I recommend is for you to identify it right now, write it on a piece of paper. It might be one or a few things. What is the reoccurring theme that you find maybe in your life that is tied into this problem? I always find it, maybe if it's a business thing, it also bleeds into other areas of someone's life, running on autopilot. So go ahead and write that down. So now that you've identified the problem, I'm kind of reverse engineering. First, I always tell people to get clear, but just look to see, where you're not taking action. And so the next thing that you want to do is you want to get crystal clear, get very specific on something, a goal that you want to achieve, but you haven't taken action on it. And so it's really important that you get really, really specific. You write it down. Let me give you an example. Let's just say if you're an entrepreneur and you want to make $10,000 a month. If you're an entrepreneur and let's just say you want to attract more clients, can you see how that's too general? It's not specific enough. So maybe you focus on your ideal client or clients that you want to attract per month, or an income number. What is that? Get real specific. If we're talking about, let's just say, your fitness goals, I'm always working on my fitness goals, and I have a specific goal of what I'm focusing on that I'm constantly working on. I'm taking action on it every single day. So if you have a fitness goal, what is that goal? Get clear, write it down. There's been a lot of studies in goal setting theory. When you write things down, you're more likely to achieve it. I know I've done other videos on goal setting, so I'll definitely link those below. So after you get clear on your vision, you know what the problem is. Now that you're clear, you definitely want to put your thoughts on repeat. I love this phrase because you think about how many times have you thought to yourself, oh, this isn't going to work out, and then you have the wrong thoughts on repeat. So put the positive thoughts on repeat, and it is through that repetition where you start rewiring and firing in your brain, creating those new neural pathways so that you can start changing. It's not just by thought alone. There's a couple of different things and steps that you need to do. Like I said, you've got to know what the problem is. You got to gain clarity on what is going on or what you want to accomplish with your goal in a specific time frame. You got to write it down. You have to have that mindset on repeat of exactly what you want. You have to be focused. You actually have to be obsessed about it, and not in a bad way. I'm talking about, focusing on what you want. Too many people, I find, they're focusing on the opposite, and therefore they get exactly what they don't want. So you want to control your thought process. You want to really, and don't make yourself wrong for thinking negative thoughts. That is just natural. But what I'm talking about is the ratio of negative thinking. If you have a ratio of negative thinking that you feel you're beating yourself up all the time, more negative than positive, that tells me you're probably going to sabotage your success. So you want to practice this mental discipline, putting these thoughts on repeat over and over again, over and over again. Now, what's really interesting about the brain is that it is neuroplastic. And what that means is the brain has the ability to change in milliseconds. Why don't most people do that? If you understand that your subconscious mind is controlling 95% of your reality, wouldn't you want to learn more about it? Wouldn't you want to learn how to harness the power of your subconscious mind? One of the things I teach in the Vision Method Intensive course is changing those thought patterns. And when I talk about changing those thought patterns, I mean literally rewiring your brain. There are specific cells in your brain that a lot of people don't know about, and they're called glial cells. Glial cells is a Greek word that means glue. And when they actually researched Einstein's brain, and it was a female scientist, Marianne Diamond, who died at the age, I think she was in her 90s. And she has this really interesting documentary. You may want to check it out. But I think it's called The Love Affair, My Love Affair with the Brain. But what's interesting is she was the first woman scientist to uncover, to discover why Einstein's brain was different. It was different because he had more glial cells in the form, and there's specific type of glial cells. I'm not going to go over it. There are these specific glial cells called astrocytes. And so she found that he had more of those. And the reason why, one of the reasons why, when she was breaking it down, is that Einstein really challenged his brain. He really connected to his imagination, and there have been many studies with Alzheimer's disease. When you give someone a challenge, when you challenge their brain in ways that are positive, they can actually reverse those signs and symptoms. So having a vision and purpose, I've talked about this before, is really important. But right now we're talking about the subconscious mind. So when I'm working with my clients, I literally show them how to make those new connections in their brain, thinking like Einstein, solving the problems at the highest level so that they can reach their goals. So tell me what you want, and I'll tell you how to get there based on your unique formula. So everyone has this unique divine design where they can set goals that are congruent to them. If you want to create more success in any area of your life, you have to understand what your unique formula is. You have to go through exactly what I'm talking about, knowing what you want, knowing what the problem is. You go through that mental mindset, that mental discipline every single day until you get exactly what you want. Absolutely works. You know why it doesn't work for some people is a lot of times they're going after goals that are what I call unicorn goals, if you've watched my other videos, or they have a block, what I'm talking about today, in the subconscious mind. They're not following the steps on how to break through to becoming successful in that area. So let's just kind of recap some of the things that we talked about. First, identify the problem. What are you saying that you want to do, but you're not doing it? So write it down, gain clarity on a specific goal. Don't focus on every area of your life. Although in my Vision Method Intensive program, I talk about how to do that. In this video, I just want to really just laser focus in one goal that you want to complete and give yourself a smaller time frame. The problem is if you focus on your big vision that may take you a couple years to do, you may lose momentum if you don't understand how to reprogram your mind to set goals on a smaller level. So pick something that you want to focus on, like that you want to complete, that is doable within like 30 days. In my group, my Vision Method Intensive, we're working on business, but I also have people working on fitness goals. And in 1 week, using the system, my client has already seen measurable changes because she's clear on her goals, right? She's writing it down. Another thing that I'm teaching her how to do is to create a mindfulness practice. So in order to change your subconscious mind, remember I said 95% of your beliefs, your actions, and behaviors come from your subconscious mind. So if you want to create a habit to eat healthier so that you're releasing weight, I don't necessarily like saying losing weight, or creating your ideal body, it's not going to happen through willpower. The willpower is not sticking power. You want it to really be automatic. You want it to be inspired action so that no one is telling you to take action on it. And you can do that by reprogramming your subconscious mind. So part of what I teach is a mindfulness practice. Every single day, what I want you to do is think about your 30-day goal. And I want you to connect with that. I want you to visualize. I want you to write down why that's important to you. You need to meditate. You need to do some kind of process, journaling. If you've been watching my videos, I just filed for 3 patents. So I can start talking about the vision journal very soon here. Journaling, just taking out a journal and you're starting to focus. It is through, again, the repetition. I'm going to sound like a freaking broken record so that you get what you need to do. The repetition of focusing on that specific goal. Let's just say if it's fitness, you want to get in better shape. Now let's get more specific. What is it? You want to lose or release 1 pound a week or a half a pound a week? What kind of habits do you want to change in order to make that goal a reality? Think about the problem, right? If you're always binge eating, also think about if you want to attract your ideal clients. I was sending out a newsletter the other day about a client I was working with. She had a goal of putting 15 people in her program, and we went through all of the steps. So again, we got clear. The problem is that she wasn't taking action because she was not organized. So with the Vision Method Intensive, now she's organized, she's taking action, she's practicing mindfulness, she's seeing the number in her mind, she's following all of these steps, and that is why she's creating success. Now, the great thing is that if you're working with me, I challenge people where they're at. So no matter what level you're at, taking you to that next level. Think about any area of your life where you are kind of being yourself or like, oh, I really wish I could get to that next level. My genius zone is understanding how to maximize your potential by understanding neuroscience, human behavior, just going through this whole process on how to rewire your thinking. So your thoughts, your positive thoughts are on repeat. Now, I will say this about positive thoughts. A lot of people are promoting, just be happy and focus on happy thoughts all the time. That I won't promote that. I'm not going to promote that on my channel. To me, it's about balanced mind thinking. So embracing the negative thoughts. The negative thoughts can actually be beneficial. I will create a video on that if that's interest of you. So just make sure that you comment below. But what I'm talking about is balancing your mind, because as you're working on your goal, you're going to have days where you may be beating yourself up. And it's important in the moment that you understand that there's never a home run, that you need to embrace all sides as you are working on your goals. So recapping, programming your subconscious mind for success. Number 1, understand the power of your subconscious mind. If you truly want to set a goal in the next 30 days, you've got to focus on reprogram your subconscious mind, period. Willpower in and of itself is not staying power. It's not going to last. So if you understand how powerful your subconscious mind is, you're never going to want to do anything differently. I promise you. So understand your subconscious mind, the power of that, what the problem is. Okay, I say I want to do this, but what are some of the blocks? What are the obstacles that are in my way? It might be a belief. It might be a habit that you keep stopping yourself, like as I mentioned with the eating, binge eating. So find out what that is, get clear, write down a very specific and clear goal. And then you want to practice mindfulness every single day. And the reason why you want to do that, it's going to help you to rewire and reprogram that subconscious mind for success. If you want to take this to the next level, make sure you click on the link below. I am offering a one-to-one consultation if you're interested in the Vision Method Intensive. I will be starting a group soon, or one-to-one depending on my schedule. So I hope this video is helpful. And if you did find it to be powerful, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Subscribe, 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 subscribe.